day is here. Jerome Powell will speak in 1 hour. What will the Fed do? Well, chances are they'll do nothing. But could they surprise us? And, well, what do the scenarios look like in terms of Bitcoin price action? Also, Avalanche first ETF goes live. Staggering numbers. Shocking. No, they'll literally shock you, the numbers. Also, Polygon. Is this the most slept on crypto in the top 50? We'll talk about that. Also, I'll be giggling over there. Also, we're looking at Bitcoin price action. Gina, roll the intro.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob. I'm back. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. You know, very reminiscent day today.
Reminiscent.
So,
it's an interesting choice of words.
yes, we have here. Bitcoin is at 90K again, and we've been down this road one too many times. So
Well, we got up to 90.5 and then got
Did
rejected.
you see my meme, or you just not paying attention? Bitcoin's at 90K again.
Well,
It's like a horrible dream. It's like Groundhog Day, 90K.
90K, Groundhog Day. Don't be that guy. Got bars for days, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the...
Remember in elementary school when teachers would get really excited about some new project? They'd be like, we're going to make a rap today. And then...
That was me. I was the one that got excited.
Yeah. But it was always like super corny, and you're just like...
That was me. My kid yesterday comes home crying. It's like, what's wrong? He's like, all the kids are calling me AI boy at school. I'm like, why? This fool copy pasted his essay from ChatGPT. The teacher found out, and all the kids are bugging him now. So, yeah. Anyways, the Federal Open Market Committee meets today. Well, they met yesterday. They're finishing up their meeting today, and then they're going to have a conference today. So today we'll be covering it live, and we're going to make an announcement today, Rob and I and Brendan. Now, stay tuned towards the end of the show, and we'll tell you what it is. So the Fed releases its latest. Well, first let's start here. CME, 99% nothing. Polymarket, also 99% nothing burger. Although if you're feeling a little frisky and you think maybe we'll get a big surprise, you can get, let's see the odds here. $100 get you back 25 racks. Rob, is this worth the shot, bro?
Nope.
Yeah, I agree. But those of you that are absolute monstrous degenerates, there's odds here that just in case FOMC, Jerome Powell comes out, they surprise everyone with a 25 basis point rate cut. Guys, got to remember, it's not just Jerome Powell, it's the entire FOMC. They all get a vote. And maybe some people flip last minute. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I think you'll be wasting your money. But these odds are looking kind of juicy here, bro. $100 to win 25,000. Not bad, not bad. And then we have this from CNBC. The Fed releases its latest interest rate decision Wednesday. Here's what to expect. Judging by market expectations and policymaker comments, there's virtually no chance the Fed will change its benchmark interest rate when the meeting ends Wednesday. This is a quote from former Fed Vice Chair Roger Ferguson. Overall, the Fed just wants to stand pat. They feel they've got time to wait and see. This feels like a wait-and-see meeting, and we should all be listening to see if there's any hint or bias towards a future action. So expecting a lot of volatility in that, in his talk. People are going to be, hanging on to every word he says and try to front-run the markets and price action. And so, Rob, are you expecting a lot of volatility in Bitcoin? I mean, take a look at this from this morning. Big move up. This is almost a 1% move up to the 90.5K region. We got there on a wick and then immediately got rejected. And this hourly candle officially We've given everything back that we saw this morning. We took it all back down to $89,585. What are your expectations, Rob, from the meeting here? And is there a play here for people to get in and make money?
I mean, the trends to the upside. I mean, just even looking at your chart here, you're making, making good progress towards a 90K. However, is that solid yellow line there at the top? Is that 90,000?
That's 90.1K. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically 90,000. And so you can see, that slightly above 90K is the mega resistance, right? I mean, how many times did we hit that thing? This is on the 1 hour. I mean, it's just, yeah, so I mean, here's the juice, right? If Jerome Powell comes out, gives a very bullish narrative, maybe he's very progressive on saying the cuts are coming. Inflation, particularly trueflation is looking really, really good. We're talking 1% levels. You have the job markets are coming in pretty strong. The economy, the S&P 500 just is in all-time high territory. You got metals, and so that's we're in an environment where, hey, you know what, like, why not cut some rates, maybe? But you don't want to overstimulate the market, even though everything's in green territory. So I don't know, man. I think it's a big pivotal spot, right? I opened up this week on Monday. We were talking about like what direction is the market going to go. I'm about as 50-50 as it comes right now, man. I'm just
on price action.
Yeah, on the overall macro move, right? What direction are we going? Is this a pivot, and then ultimately we break out above 100K, or do we trade further down? I'm 50-50, man. It was some time ago. When was the last time we were down to 87,000? It was on Bitcoin
yesterday.
No, I meant, but prior to us getting into this range, it was 3 weeks ago. But then you got to zoom out. You got to go to, back at, March of last year when we were down here, and so, it's a lot given up here. And the big question is, was this the top of the market, for this current cycle? And if we lose this 87, I know we're not there at this moment, but if we get rejected off of 90 and we spill down to 80, could be
so you're 50-50, but you got to be leaning, right? If it's the slightest lean in the world, which way does that lean?
Watch me lean. Whap, whap. So
you make fun of me. Interesting.
I think so. My
hold on, man.
gut says.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. You got to get up and do the dance now. Now lean, and then you got to whap, whap, whap. Break it down now.
There's that girl from Vegas that dances to that on TikTok.
Who that?
She's the one that like jumps on Lambo windows.
Oh, that annoying fucking.
Yeah, the short one.
She's very annoying.
She doesn't say anything. How's she annoying?
She
literally just smiles and dances.
Yeah, watching her break a Lamborghini windshield is very annoying.
Those windshields are like $100,000.
Yeah, people do dumb
Something
shit,
stupid
bro.
like that.
What are you doing?
Anyways,
She's not even hot.
She's pretty hot.
No, she's not.
She is.
She's like a 6 at best.
6?
Yeah. 8 and above, I say, is hot.
Where's your 8s at, bro?
Oh, you want to see the 8s? There's some 8s.
There's some 8s?
Yeah.
This is how I feel like David would look.
Pull him up. Pull him up. Oh, what?
This is how I feel David and his 8s would look. You got
Sydney Sweeney is definitely an 8, bro.
You got to.
Hey, my boy.
Timothy
Chalamet.
That's
bro,
just not a good picture.
Grade A USDA prime beef.
That's just not a good picture.
Kylie Jenner over here.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, that's a bad picture.
That's what I'm saying. Like my boy right here.
Like who's that ugly guy? Pete Davidson that pulled all those. Like he got.
I love him. I love him.
He got Kim K. He got that one other girl.
Yeah, he got that fine wine. He got Kim K in her in her back end years, you know.
Her back end years.
Kim Kardashian's like 45 years old with a Dunkin'
Listen,
Dunk.
all the men out there watching, I want you to. Who's the hottest celebrity you think? I gotta put Sydney Sweeney up there.
Ana de Armas. Ana de Armas.
Sydney-
Oh.
Transformers Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan
but
Fox in her
Megan Fox got
prime.
toe thumbs though.
No, in her toe thumbs.
Who-
She got toe
What?
thumbs, yeah. You don't know that?
I don't know. What do you mean, like little stubby thumbs?
Yeah, Megan Fox toe thumbs.
Well,
Ana
Megan
de
Fox
Armas.
in her
Ana de Armas.
Megan Fox in her prime.
Like that's disgusting. Look at this.
Dude.
Yeah.
Why do
I
you?
don't-
How do you even notice that?
Yeah,
ain't nobody looking at her thumbs.
Yeah, that is not our worry with Megan Fox.
Are you gonna make
dude.
fun of the shape of her cranium next, or what?
Potentially, if the time comes, yeah.
Those are gross, though. I will admit.
And she's still a baddie for her age. She getting up there.
Yeah, and all her kids are. Never mind.
What the fuck?
Anyways.
Oh my
No,
god.
like, no,
Huh?
Dude.
that conversation went awry. All her kids have one thing in common. They're. Okay, I'm just gonna say.
Ewar said Ashley is the hottest celebrity. Where is Ashley at? She's been here in a while.
I think we fired her. Actually,
Oh.
we kind of did.
She's around somewhere.
She's around. She's just not on the show. Unless we get $500 in super chats today, then we'll bring her back next week.
Damn, bro.
What do you think she'd say if she was here? She'd yell at me, right?
She definitely would yell at you.
Yeah. You're selling me. You're pimping me up. Anyways.
Oh.
Okay, so Brendan, I'm gonna throw it over to you, my friend. Bitcoin got straight rejected at 90.5K. Does that change your bias for the day? And what are you kind of thinking about in terms of the charts and maybe some scalping opportunities?
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited with what's going on with the Bitcoin price action. As of recently, I feel like we're kind of falling into a range right now. And the 30-minute, I called this out the other day on the show, that out of this range down here, or out of this support down here at 86,395.3, that we were going to have a push out to the upside, and we've been in an uptrend since that day. So I think we're going to continue into an uptrend, and then I think we're going to catch some resistance up here. I think we might make one more move up and catch some resistance right here, and then make a little bit of a move down. So I'm bullish right now. I was trying to get into a trade. I took my limit order away because it ran away from me a little bit. But my limit order this was my trade. So my limit order was at 90,029.7, and then the top of the range was 90,598.4. And then the bottom was 89,318.6. That was my or 313.6. That was my trade right there, but I took the limit order away. So right now, actually, I'm gonna see if we will break the structure of this uptrend right here. If we break this low right here, then I'm gonna look to short still. But if we push out of it from anywhere above this low, then I'm gonna look to catch a long and then up into this resistance up here.
Beautiful. Rob, let's take a look at the markets, and then I got some stuff I want to share.
All right, so getting into Bitcoin at 89.5, so we'll keep a close eye on it. It's at that pivotal 90K spot. We were there a couple times this morning, so 5 a.m. Pacific and also 10 a.m. Pacific, we hit 90K, got rejected both times, so we'll see. I would not be surprised to see a hard rejection and shoot down to like 85 with some FOMC news. Same time, wouldn't be surprised if Jerome Powell says something bullish, and next thing you know, we blow past 90K and we're up at 93, 94. So we'll keep a close eye on that. I think today's FOMC meeting is going to be juicy for volatility. Just more of a question on what direction we're going to go.
Why don't you say that? Because we're expecting nothing to happen, but I think those days are the most important to where people pay attention to what Powell's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay, nothing's going to happen, cool, but what about the next meeting? What is their line of thinking? It's the first meeting of 2026. They're going to set the pace and set the bar for FOMC for the entire year of 2026. And remember, every calendar year, 5 new voting members come in, right? So out of the 10 Fed presidents, it's either 10 or 12. Can you fact check me on that, Rob? How many Fed presidents there are? You got the Atlanta Fed, the New York Fed. It's either 10 or 12. So either 5 or 6 new people rotate in, 5 from last year rotate out. So the new ones might come in and, well, we have some sort of a track record on how they vote and whether they side with the chair or whether they kind of along group thing, or maybe we get some people that that break the mold and maybe they're a little more dovish than Jerome Powell and the rest of their FOMC the mates are. So find the answer.
7 governors, and there's a head chair and a vice chair.
Yeah, but the Fed branch. Anyways, I'll find
And then there's like 7 reserve board members. So there's guys that don't even get to vote, but they like circle in.
Okay.
Okay, so getting back into altcoins here, you have let's see what's the biggest gainers. So biggest gainers in the top 100. You have Hyperliquid up 15%. Hyperliquid is up over 50% in the last 7 days. So, what is this signaling? What's your big takeaway for Hyperliquid?
From my understanding, Rob, 70% or so of the volume on Hyperliquid has been longing and shorting gold and silver. So the crypto folks, they found a place. Now, you can also, like Bitunix, for example, you can long or short gold and silver here as well. So people are pivoting. I mean, even crypto people are pivoting, and they're saying, look, there's money to be made here. There's volatility in gold and silver as of late. Let me trade it. And, you know, Hyperliquid, maybe they were the first to list them. I don't know for sure. But from my reading and my understanding, that's what the usage is from people from gold and silver.
Then you also got 00 up 15%.
That's the former Solana Foundation president. That's his L2 for Solana. So Austin Federa.
All right. And then taking a look at what's up on the top 500, though, we're going to zoom out into the micro plays. You do have Moonbirds up 180%.
Jesus.
This is something that's been around for a while, right?
Moonbirds was one of the hottest.
Yeah.
NFTs, bro. But that was
NFTs. Okay, so no, this one just hit the scene. Okay. Yeah, those so anyways, yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. And then you got Plays Out.
What is that? You know anything about this one?
So this one, I think this one was a gaming chain. And so if you go to the website, you know what? I don't know, man. Gaming has there's a lot more movement in gaming. And we haven't seen anything sustained. Remember we were talking about this before, vegetables versus zombies.
Yeah.
And so this one here, I told you before, I think that if someone's gonna have success in gaming for crypto, I think it's gonna be more of these quirky little cell phone games or that style versus a competitor to Grand Theft Auto or Fortnite or something of that nature. It's hard to capture that player. They're so devoted to their franchise that they've played for years. And so more likely is someone downloading a phone app, or game. Now, is this the winner? I don't know. I'm not sure, dude. I haven't done enough research on this, but I think by the time you feel comfortable investing in it, it'll probably be either already pumped or it'll be dead, right?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, where's Axie Infinity at? Because that thing ran hard, and I know it had some pullback, but
let's take a look here. Axie Infinity. I remember it got in the top 100 again. It was something that
that's what I'm saying.
It fell from grace. I remember it got up to like top 50 almost. Where's she at?
She's over there.
I was trying to scroll down and find it, but I should have just searched it. Let's see here. Axie. Number 109. No, it's outside the top
just
50.
outside the top 100.
Yeah. So this, we saw it go from under $1, went up to $3, and then now it's at 230. And we talked about the potential for this getting back in the top 20 or 50, something of that nature, right? Or we were talking about like market caps if it did. So you go to this website. It's more than just its original game. And so this one, they have some new things in the pipeline. And so, take a look. They have the Axie Infinity's Legacy. They got the app, the Origins, Axie Homeland, and then they have the Classic as well. So, I don't know. Could we see a resurgence in it? Perhaps.
If you're bullish on gaming, though, are you looking at more like individual games, or you think like a L1, like Avalanche, could benefit, or ETH, or Solana?
Not Avalanche, man. Avalanche is just so disappointing. Number 23 in the market cap list. This thing just keeps just dying, bro, as far as its upward momentum. Go look. I mean, look on the 1 year. It caught a little rally here back in September of last year, and even that rally was from $24 to $35. So it's is pretty good little run there. However, it was only there for 2 weeks before it gave all that up, and then ultimately went back down to $30, and then down to $12. And if you look at it compared to Bitcoin, it's an absolute bloodbath.
It's a disaster.
I mean, here on the bottom you got Axie in the blue, and it's just you're down over 60% compared to Bitcoin only in the 12 months. And so I don't know. It's not looking good, bro.
Well, since we're on Avalanche, let me just share this. So, staggering numbers. AVAX ETF goes live. Well, 0 net inflows, Rob. That's 0 with a Z. The number 0, like nothing, not even a single dollar.
Gaming just rallied pretty, it had a flash in the pan, right? You had a flash in the pan for gaming and crypto.
Yeah.
It looked good. Where, for those of you that are excited about that as a sector, I'm not excited about it. I'll be honest with you. I was at one point, but it's not materializing for me. Anyways, this is still one of the strongest gaming plays on paper. We had a big rally. Axie Infinity was making moves. A lot of projects. Not even a little bit of a blip on the radar from Avalanche. And so you could easily chop that up as, well, their gaming narrative is dead, right? And then on top of that, you could say like, hey, you know what? There's a strong presence for institutions and also corporate, the outside the crypto degen model to get exposure to Avalanche. And you're like, and a lot of the conversations were like, hey, there is an ETF coming down the road. They're a very strong stablecoin play. We could see a lot of interest into Avalanche through Wall Street. That fell flat too. So you got to ask yourself, what is Avalanche bringing to the table? I think the only thing it's really going to hold his hat, and it can tip a hat to is stable coins, right? I mean, outside of that, what has it got going for it?
Yeah.
If you're gonna make the, it's an ERC.
Are we talking about still
EVM? Yeah. Is it EVM compatible and smart contracts and
say
cool.
RWA? Okay. I feel like that California DMV news was so long ago. Remember? Nothing happened.
It's also DMV. Nobody gives a damn about DMV. Everyone hates the DMV.
I hate the DMV.
Yeah, exactly. At what point would you be excited for some DMV news? If you're way over leveraged on Avalanche, sure. You're like, DMV, look what they did. Do something, Avalanche. So I haven't seen them in the crypto euphoria news cycle.
Let me ask you a question, Rob. reflecting on the last 2 years, what's been like one or two big changes you've made to your crypto investing?
I'm more focused on short term, especially in the environment we're at. Here's the thing: if we already topped for this cycle, I told you I don't know, man. It's possible, and then you're gonna get absolutely firebomb obliterated in alts. So you better be in a good one. But that to be said, like here's an example. Like you could be in Tron, and you know what? Like this is just a healthy chart over time. If this was something that you were in, could you have had Tron at 36 cents or 35 cents? Sure, but you're at 30 cents. So you know what? Like this is on the 1 year, so it's performing quite well.
This here's a chart for you, Rob.
You can even look at Solana. It's not
No.
disappointing.
Don't move off of Tron real quick. I'm going to share a chart. This is Tron versus Bitcoin. Rob, if I pulled up any other versus Bitcoin chart, okay, this has been in a clear uptrend since June of 2024. Okay, now you cycle through ETH down, XRP down, Solana down, BNB kind of up, Doge down, ADA, I don't even want to talk about it, Chainlink down, AVAX. I mean, you get the point, right? And then we go back to Tron. It's been in an uptrend against Bitcoin.
So my whole point is that Bitcoin's on a downtrend. And so it's like, if you're going to be in alts, you need to really evaluate, like, here's an example. If you got your life savings in Cardano, what do you think happens to your savings if Bitcoin goes to 65,000?
Probably gets cut in half, or
probably more than half.
You think so? Nah, half. That's a big number, bro. From 35 cents to 17 cents?
I mean, where was it on the what was the lowest? We got down to 25, 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
But so you're talking about,
but also that there's going to be an exhaustion in the market, dude. Like at some point, if you're not making any moves, it's like at some point you're just gonna keep dwindling away, man.
You said 65,000?
Yeah, CASP was a good example. Like we just haven't seen any progress out of DApps and ecosystem.
But just so people can put the numbers together from what you're saying, Bitcoin from now to 65K would be a 27% drawdown, and we threw a kind of an arbitrary number out there. Cardano 50%. So you're essentially, if you're in Bitcoin instead of Cardano, you are protecting yourself by up to half of what you would lose. So instead of losing 20K, you don't lose 10K if you were in Bitcoin versus Cardano.
Yeah, I mean, but like if you look at Caspa, for example, I mean, this thing is just, and it's off the back of a lack of utility, right? Lack of stable coins, lack of liquidity, lack of market listings, lack of DApps, a lack of.
We also got to throw overall market sentiment in there too.
Yeah, no, 100%. But here's the thing: like, if Bitcoin were to keep falling, there's no chance. If you're not being used, that's my whole point. My whole point here is that like you have nothing to stand on, right? It's like if you had zero savings and then you lost and then we went into a recession, you lost your job, like you're screwed. But at least if you're like a baller and you had some money saved up and like you're making dispensable income and like you got multiple revenue streams, you go into recession and you lose your job, you're good. You can get through. But the thing is nobody's using Caspa, nobody's using Cardano. Nobody's using other chains. And so if the market kind of falls apart, there's nothing to stand on. I'm not saying that these chains are irrelevant. I'm just saying from a DApp and a utility a DApp and utility perspective, how many people are logged on using it? How many real world applications is it solving? How useful is it to a person that isn't speculating on price? That's the question.
Yeah.
You know what? Why is it a layer one? Because otherwise you could just do Litecoin or Bitcoin, right? Do Litecoin or Bitcoin if you just want to be a store of value. If you just want to move money. But everyone else's like thesis is like, hey, we're going to change the world. We're going to have this and this and this. But like, tell me how Cardano today is being used by somebody in a progressive, forward-thinking way that changes their life.
I got something for you, Rob. Gina, pull up my computer, please.
February is going to be a very crazy month. We got some stuff going on. Can't talk about it now, but you're going to see. It's going to be fun.
So, Rob.
But here's the thing. Charles seems very motivated to bring as much attention to midnight as possible. I haven't really heard much on Cardano. Right?
Because it's the community's project now. Remember?
I'll be honest with you. I'm more bullish on midnight than I am on Cardano. And
I think I am too.
that ain't good, bro. you got an airdrop.
Why do you say that?
I'm not bullish on either
why
one.
do you say that's not good though? Because they're two separate projects.
Because why has Cardano been so attractive to retail? It has been because Charles Hoskinson has always hyped the damn thing up, talked about how he's going to change the world, and goes on these long, conversations, whether it's a keynote speech, whether it's an interview, whether it's his AMA. He's just routinely hyping up and explaining to everyone in a very, very articulate way. He uses examples and brings in politics, and he's very, very convincing at hyping up the community. And to some degree, that has been what has fueled the speculative nature or the price of Cardano. People are very bullish on him. They get hyped up about what he's saying. Like, did you hear what he said? And then from that point forward, you see a lot of price speculation, right? He's preaching the gospel, cult leader over here talking about all the positives that come by living his lifestyle, and that's a strong price impact on Cardano. And here's the thing: he's just not doing it as much. He's not hyping up Cardano anymore as much. He's hyping up midnight, and so are people going to eventually kind of like, all right, well, he's not even excited about Cardano anymore. There's been a lot of infighting internally with the Cardano Foundation, IOHK, and there's devs, and then there's the treasury, and it's getting spent arguably in places it shouldn't. And so, and then on top of it, they don't have Tether as a stable coin. They loosely talked about Circle being a stable coin. They have a zero liquidity for their DEXs. People are just getting front run. You can't even use it on DEXs. They got a stable coin nobody's using. And then on top of that, they're just, I can't even name one DApp that is, that people are excited about and using.
I think Strike is one.
Strike?
Yeah. Strike Finance, but they got 3 million in TVL.
Yeah, Strike 3 million in TVL. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I mean,
SNEC and ADA perpetuals. Like, they lead off with SNEC. I'm not saying anything negative about SNEC, but I'm just saying if you're a finance company and the first thing, like, hey, take a look. Like, I just typed in Strike Finance. If SNEC is your leading headline, SNEC perpetuals. Like, if this is your goat here, is futures on a meme coin. Like, this is your bread and basket.
You're just a hater. Stop hating, man.
I would love Cardano to do well. And just at some point, bro, I'm just like, it's like Avalanche, right? It's like Avalanche. At some point, I'm just like, dude, how much longer is it going to be before something meaningful comes out of this project?
Is there anything you'd hold Cardano over? Would you hold Cardano over Dogecoin? Brennan said no.
I would. I
would?
I would.
Really?
Yeah. The meme coin thing's kind of
You
falling
were
apart.
very bullish on Doge. Actually, Rob, you know, you're giving me some great segues today, my friend. I really appreciate it. This was not discussed pre-show, but Rob, there's a new category, Rob, commodity meme coins. Check it out. Recent moves in gold and copper have sparked a new wave of commodity meme coins like Copper Inu. You want to see him? Look how cool this is, bro. Copper Inu, Gold Inu, and wow, way to promote this CoinGecko with a total of 4 coins. So, yeah, I thought for sure we'd get some more coins in here. I mean, trading volume, 9.8 million, not bad. I don't know. I think the metals trade is still now you got some of the smartest people coming out and, you know, speaking of copper, saying that there's going to be a copper supply shock and there's not enough copper and it just hasn't caught up yet. And so now I think people are trying to front run that. Gold is still making all-time highs. Silver is still making all-time highs. Now you can trade those on crypto-native platforms like Hyperliquid, like Bitunix. Speaking of Bitunix, do me a favor, man. Support the channel. There's a link in the description. They're doing a trading challenge. You can win up to $7,000 depending on your trading volume. And so if you want a platform that you can trade on with size and has amazing UX and UI, Bitunix is it. And they're giving you $20 if you sign up through our Discord. All you got to do is go to Discord. Where's my Discord? Right here. Go to Discord. It's free. There's a link in the description. Once you're in there, you're going to go right here, click on VIP access. Click this one, join it, deposit $100 and they'll give you $20. That's it. So, yeah. I do want to talk a little bit about, let's get rid of that. I guess we can talk about this. So this chart here posted by Quinton said, I don't think the average person understands the asymmetry of this trade. Gold, silver, global liquidity, and Bitcoin is all the way down here. Now, Rob, one might look at this chart and say, well, if you look back here, now this is not an interactive chart, so I can't like scroll back. But if you look back here, they move. I mean, it was never this separated. It was never this divergent. And now you have a massive divergence between literally everything and Bitcoin. So it begs to ask, does this mean that there's a catch-up trade coming? Because when you looked at, Rob, remember Grayscale when the NAV on their Bitcoin ETF was minus 50% off of its spot price when it was a trust? And everyone was saying, wow, this is a trade, Rob, you even say on this show, MicroStrategy, it's a good trade. You were telling a mutual friend of ours who only trades stocks, MicroStrategy, because you believe Bitcoin's going up. So MicroStrategy, there's a clear opportunity there to arbitrage the price of their stock relative to how much Bitcoin they hold and the actual price of Bitcoin and where it is. Can we not look at this chart and say the same thing?
Oh, here, to that point, for our mutual friend, you know, this person is likely to invest over a 3 to 5 year time window.
Okay.
And so for me, not exactly being sure of the direction of Bitcoin currently at this particular moment, I do feel very, very confident that on a even a 2 year time window, Bitcoin's price is going to substantially increase. You're going to have a new Fed chair coming into the Federal Reserve, which is going to be appointed by Donald Trump, which is likely to share his rhetoric and want to aggressively cut rates to a tune of perhaps 1%, which is far off from where we're at now, over 2 to 3% cut there. Now, if that were to happen, you also couple that with, here, listen to this. Donald Trump here.
Going to put $3 to $4 trillion of wealth into the hands of young Americans who otherwise would have really started out with nothing. It's really an amazing thing.
You give $3 to $4 trillion.
Isn't he talking about the Trump accounts for the newborns?
Yeah, but also like, if you're essentially printing money, you're gonna give trillions of dollars, and you can't cash it out currently, but it still speaks to the environment, right? You're going to print money, you're going to drop interest rates, you're going to incentivize borrowing. Ultimately, Bitcoin's going to rally. It's just, is it going to outperform gold? That I'm not sure. And so I love gold right now.
And Bitcoin is dropping 89.3. So the FOMC, they did, the Fed statement came out. By the way, guys, Brendan, Rob, and I, we have started a new channel. It's on predictions markets. It's called Yes, No Markets. We are done a couple shows and a couple videos. Just kind of test out the waters. We'll be doing the FOMC live stream on that channel. And so if you want to support us, stay in the chat. You'll be redirected to that live show, which starts in about 15 minutes. We'll be covering the FOMC and Jerome Powell's press conference live. And we'll take a look at poly market and some predictions markets. But before we log off here, I do want to kind of just show you this. The things that they changed in their in their Fed statement, right? So red is what, crossed out red is what they had. And obviously the red after that is what they changed it to. Saying job gains have remained low. Unemployment rate has shown some signs of stabilization. People probably take that as a negative to rate cuts. Inflation has, instead of saying has moved up, remained somewhat elevated. So it went from, it's going up to, it's kind of stayed the same. Committee is attending to the risk of both sides as dual mandate. Federal funds rate, they're maintaining it. Obviously, you see that change. And then this one, they just completely scratched. The committee judges that reserve balances have declined to ample levels and will initiate purchases of short-term treasuries. So that's probably why Bitcoin's selling off. Committee judges that reserve balances have declined to ample levels and will initiate purchases of short-term treasuries. They had that, but they removed it, meaning that they are no longer going to be purchasing U.S. treasuries, aka quantitative easing to some degree. So we'll see a lot more volatility, and we'll get a lot clearer picture of what the Fed's direction will be prior to Jerome Powell leaving in May. And we'll be covering that on Yes, No Markets. Let me go ahead and pull up the channel so you guys can go over there and subscribe. We do a live show there, but we also do some uploads and some shorts. So if you want to support the channel, here it is at Yes, No Markets. And I'll paste that in there as well. And so we'll be going live here. I think we have, it's upcoming. So if you stay in the chat, you'll be automatically redirected. And with that said, we're going to close up shop on this show. We're going to prep for the next show. Anything else you gentlemen want to say before we?
No, we're good, bro.
All right, cool. Gina, roll the outro. Thank you all very much. We'll see you in 10 minutes on Yes, No Markets.
Sin City Crypto. Cash is Cuvée. Yeah. Sin City Crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya. Sin City. Sin City.